When Jimmy Garoppolo made his way to the San Francisco 49ers in mid-2017, excitement filled the air. Bringing the Patriot pedigree with him, fans believed they had finally found their franchise quarterback. In those early days, he ignited hope, leading the team to a 5-game win streak and showcasing flashes of brilliance as a field general. However, that excitement quickly turned into apprehension. Just as the 49ers looked poised to build something special around Garoppolo, misfortune struck. In 2018, he suffered a devastating knee injury that sidelined him for the entire season. Without him, the team struggled to find an identity, underscoring just how pivotal he was to the franchise. When he returned in 2019, it was as though a weight had been lifted. The 49ers surged to an impressive 13-3 record, and Garoppolo transformed into a leader that inspired confidence within the locker room. Fans rejoiced as he guided the team to Super Bowl 54, believing it was the start of a new era. But the Super Bowl proved to be a microcosm of Garoppolo's tenure. He began strong, showcasing why he was the man for the job. Yet as the game progressed, the shine dulled, and moments that could have sealed the victory slipped through his fingers. Fans were left with mixed emotions, an exhilarating journey that ended in disappointment, leading many to wonder if Garoppolo would maximize his potential. As the 2020 season dawned, the optimism quickly faded into inconsistency. Injuries plagued Garoppolo's performance, sidelining him once again and casting doubt on his ability to lead a championship contender. With the draft of Trey Lance, speculation rumbled through the fanbase and media. Would Garoppolo remain the starter, or was it only a matter of time before the young gun took over? In reflecting on Jimmy Garoppolo's roller coaster journey with the 49ers, it's clear that it was a tale of highs and lows, missed opportunities, and lingering questions. Fans found themselves caught up in a whirlwind of hope, disappointment, and unfulfilled potential. How will they remember him? As the quarterback who brought them to the brink of glory? Or as yet another name lost in the annals of what could have been? Only time will unveil the true legacy of Jimmy G in San Francisco. Trey Lance's long-anticipated debut as the starting quarterback was a moment that sent shockwaves of excitement through the 49ers fanbase. Fans were eager to see if the rookie could live up to the hype, and initially, he certainly managed to capture attention. In his first outing as a starter, everything was on the line, and he stepped into the spotlight brimming with potential. The first game displayed glimpses of his electrifying athleticism and arm strength, as he showcased his ability to extend plays and connect with receivers downfield. However, it soon became clear that the journey wouldn't be as seamless as many had hoped. The game had its share of bright spots, but also exposed Lance's inexperience. He struggled to read defenses, leading to costly turnovers that threw the momentum away from his team. Fans watched as he seemed to alternate between moments of brilliance, where he would unleash a perfectly timed pass, and instances of uncertainty, where he appeared overwhelmed and hesitant. The contrast was jarring, but also part of the growth process. As the game progressed, the challenges of adjusting to the NFL's pace and complexity became increasingly evident. Despite the missteps, there was a sense of hope. Lance's raw talent shone through in certain plays, igniting dreams of what he could become if given time to mature. But what happened next would shock everyone. A promising drive that had the potential to turn the tide ended abruptly, leaving fans questioning whether the spark they witnessed was just a flicker or something that could ignite a new era for the franchise. With every play, the tension mounted, and it became clear that this debut would be the beginning of a roller coaster journey, one filled with ups, downs, and unanswered questions. The NFL was a different beast than the collegiate level, and Lance was just starting to navigate its complexities. Would he rise to the challenge, or would this career-launching moment mark the start of a difficult path ahead? Only time would reveal the true nature of Lance's debut and whether it would be the stepping stone to greatness or a cautionary tale for the once promising quarterback. The moment everything changed for Trey Lance came abruptly during a critical game early in the 2022 season. It was a rough-and-tumble matchup where both teams battled fiercely for dominance. Just as fans began to see signs of Lance's potential, disaster struck. While scrambling to make a play, Lance suffered a devastating ankle injury that not only sidelined him temporarily but ultimately changed the course of his career. This was no ordinary injury. It was one that would require extensive recovery and rehabilitation, forcing him to watch from the sidelines as his competitors took center stage. As he sat on the bench, the internal turmoil and frustration were palpable. What should have been a breakout season quickly morphed into a forgotten one for the young quarterback. Overwhelmed by uncertainty, questions arose about his place in the team's future. Would the team realign their strategy without him? What would happen to the dreams of a franchise quarterback leading the 49ers to a new era of success? Fans began speculating and engaging in heated debates on social media about whether the 49ers had made a colossal mistake by investing so heavily in him. The pressure mounted as a series of unpredictable and inconsistent performances by the replacement quarterback fueled the flames of speculation surrounding Lance. Coaches shifted their focus, and just like that, Lance's path to being the next face of the franchise seemed to narrow with each passing game. But that wasn't the entirety of the story. Lance had to grapple with not just the physical pain but also the mental toll of being sidelined, a challenge that often carries just as much weight in the world of professional sports. Could he reclaim his position and prove the naysayers wrong, or would this be the beginning of the end of his promising career? The answer lingered in the air as the season progressed, leaving fans and analysts eager for what would happen next. The breaking point would not only define Lance but also set the stage for a choice that would change everything. The 2023 NFL season had barely begun when whispers of doubt began to circulate about Trey Lance's future in the league. With every game, fans and analysts watched with bated breath, searching for any sign that the young quarterback could shake off the shackles of his past struggles and embrace a dominant presence on the field. However, what they witnessed was a series of alarming missteps that would challenge not just his skill set but also the very character that made him a celebrated draft pick. In game after game, moments of potential were seemingly overshadowed by inconsistencies. Misfires on easy throws, difficulties in reading defenses, and hesitancy that led to lost opportunities. The air was thick with disappointment as experts raised their eyebrows at his performance, wondering whether he had the mental fortitude required for the NFL's increasingly demanding environment. Defensive coordinators quickly caught on, devising strategies to exploit his weaknesses. Lance's inability to consistently establish a rhythm made it easy for opponents to anticipate his moves, sapping the excitement from what was expected to be an exhilarating season. As each week went by, the murmurs of "what's next" transformed into a chorus of concern, as pundits started to question if the former third overall pick still had the potential to carve out a successful career. In those tense moments, Lance would occasionally shine. Showcases of brilliant deep throws, impressive scrambling, and flashes of the athleticism that brought fans to love him. But so often, just as optimism began to emerge, that flicker would be snuffed out by an untimely mistake or missed connection. The challenge was not just physical but deeply psychological. A once promising trajectory was clouded by uncertainty and increasing pressure, with fans soon fracturing into divided factions. Some rallied behind him, refusing to give up hope on the raw talent they believed could still blossom into greatness. Others felt that the time spent waiting for results was eating away at the team's promise for a brighter future. And what happened next would shock everyone. As the pressure mounted, the 49ers organization had to take a long, hard look at their quarterback situation. Would they continue to invest in Lance, or was it time to make a difficult choice? The season of inconsistency had set the stage for an inevitable turning point, with fans on the edge of their seats, wondering how the young quarterback story would unfold in the coming weeks. As whispers of Trey Lance's inefficiencies grew louder, so did the frustration from fans and analysts alike. The once glimmering future he represented began to fade amid disappointing performances and injuries. In a shocking twist, the 49ers decided to part ways with Lance, shipping him off to the Dallas Cowboys in the hopes of revitalizing his career. This marked a significant turning point not just for Lance but for the entire franchise. The trade was more than just a change of scenery, it represented a chance for a clean slate. Many believed that in a new environment, Lance could rediscover the talent that made him a third overall pick just a few seasons ago. The Cowboys, known for their ability to nurture young talent, seemed like the perfect fit for him to reclaim his career and fight for a starting spot. Upon landing in Dallas, Lance was greeted by an enthusiastically supportive atmosphere. The Cowboys' coaching staff expressed excitement over his potential, hinting at ways they planned to utilize his skill set in their offensive strategies. However, the pressure was still omnipresent. With Dak Prescott firmly entrenched as the starting quarterback, Lance would be tasked with proving his worth in a crowded quarterback room while also fighting the lingering doubts from his past. Would he be able to rise from the ashes of his tumultuous tenure in San Francisco? In the early days of training with the Cowboys, Lance showcased flashes of brilliance. Coaches noted his remarkable arm strength and ability to extend plays, qualities that ignited memories of his college days. Yet, alongside this promise was the undeniable burden of expectations. He needed to prove he was not just another draft bust. It became clear that every practice and preseason game would be scrutinized through a microscope. The narrative of redemption was compelling, but the stakes were high. Would Lance be able to harness the newfound energy surrounding him? Or would the pressure crush his spirit for good? As fans tuned in to watch the unfolding drama in Dallas, one thing became clear: the next chapter of Trey Lance's career held the potential for both redemption and defeat, a dynamic that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The football world would soon find out if this new beginning could eclipse the fall that came before it. Trey Lance's journey has been a roller coaster laden with hope, challenges, and abrupt twists that caught both fans and analysts off guard. From being hailed as the next great quarterback to grappling with injuries and questions about his potential, his story serves as a reminder of the unpredictable nature of professional sports. As he embarks on a new chapter with Dallas, the big question looms: can he rise from the ashes of disappointment and fulfill the promise that so many saw in him? The NFL is notorious for second chances, and perhaps this will be the opportunity Lance needs to redefine his career. For fans, it's a tale of resilience and the hope that someday, they might witness the talent they believed in finally shine. Only time will reveal if Lance can truly turn the narrative around and leave a lasting mark in the league.